Good day. My name is Liam Paulo Celestino. Today I'm going to report about science. How do we measure weight, temperature, time, or days? Weight. The weight of an object is defined as the force of gravity on the object and may be calculated as the mass times the acceleration gravity equals W equals mg. Since the weight is force, its SI unit is the Newton. For an object in free fall, so that gravity is the only force acting on it, then the expression for weight follows from Newton's second law. W equals mg applies all times, even when the object is not accelerating. While the actual weight of persons is determined by his mass and the acceleration of gravity, one's perceived weight or effective weight comes from the fact that he is supported by floor, chair, etc. If all support is removed suddenly and the person begins to fall freely, he feels suddenly weightless. So weightless refers to a state of being in free fall in which there is no perceived support. The state of weightless can be achieved in several ways, all of which involve significantly physical principles. Temperature. Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is, especially a measure of the average kinetic energy of the spaces in an object, which is a type of energy associated with motion. Measuring temperature. Since molecules are so small, you must use an indirect method to measure the kinetic energy of the molecules of a substance. As heat is added to the substance, the molecules move more rapidly. This increase the motion causes a small increase in the volume or amount of space taken by most materials. There are devices that use the expansion of a substance to give an indirect measure of temperature. Such devices are called thermometers. There are so many types of thermometers. Many thermometers are thin glass tubes filled with a liquid. Mercury and alcohol are often used in thermometers because they remain liquids over a large temperature range. A change in temperature causes a small change in the volume of the liquid. However, this effect is magnified when the liquid expands in the very thin tube of the thermometer. Some thermometers involve the use of bimetal stripes. In such thermometers, stripes made of two different metals are bonded or glued together. Because the metals expand at different rates, the combined stripes bends in a certain direction when it is heated. When it cools, it bends in the opposite direction. The figure below shows a bimetal strip used as a thermostat. A thermostat is a device used to control heating and cooling system. Time. Time is measured with instruments such as a clock or calendar. These instruments can be anything that exhibits two basic components. 1. A regular, consistent, or repetitive action to mark of equal increments of time, and 2. A means of keeping track of increments of time and of displaying the result. The history of time measurement is the story of search for more consistent and accurate ways to measure time. Some Early human groups recorded the phases of the moon some 30,000 years ago, but the first minutes were counted accurately only 400 years ago. The atomic clocks that allowed mankind to track the approach of the third millennium. In the year 2001, by a billionth a second are less than 50 years old. Thus, the practice and accuracy of time measurements has progressed greatly through humanity's history. The study and science of time measurement is called horology. Our days. A day based on the position of the sun, however, is a solar day. The latter is 4 minutes longer than the former, making the 24 hours we're used to. Technically, these are two different types of day. A day measured by the completion of a 360-degree rotation is called the sidereal day. Based on the position of the sun, however, is a solar day. The latter is 4 minutes longer than the former, making the event 24 hours we're used to. Odonek describes the difference between these two types of day as a matter choosing which background object we use as a basis comparison for Earth's rotation. A full rotation relative to the position of the sun is a solar day. A full rotation relative to all the other stars we see is a sidereal day. Thank you.